Hello, 11th class students. Let us proceed on to our next segment of our drama class with Act 1, Scene 2. In our previous meet, we have seen Prospero telling Miranda that how, like a climbing plant, his brother Antonio, totally hiding his princely trunk or rank, had sucked away his greenery or strength as a duke. Like a good parent, Prospero had a great trust for Antonio, and it was unlimited. But to the contrary, Antonio's faithlessness was unlimited for him. He started believing himself as the duke, as the actual duke, having all the privileges. And now we continue from 123rd line by Miranda's speech. Miranda says your tale, sir, would cure deafness. Miranda says, the tale or the story that you are telling father, even the deaf will also hear. Prospero then says, to have no screen between this part he played and him he played it for. No screen means division, difference. Antonio wanted that there should be no difference between the assumed duke and the actual duke. Means he wanted to be the actual duke. So he wanted to do away all the things, remove away all the things that stood between the appearances or reality. He needs will be absolute Milan. He needed to become the actual Duke of Milan. Me, poor man, my library was dukedom large enough. And I, as a poor man, my library was the dukedom for me. Of temporal royalties, he thinks me now incapable. And Antonio started thinking that I am incapable of temporal royalties, means the worldly rights granted by a monarch. I was incapable of handling it. Confederate so dry he was for sway with the king of Naples. So dry he was for sway means he was so thirsty for the sovereign power that confederates with the king of Naples, that he allied with the king of Naples against me. To give him annual tribute, he was ready to give him the annual subsidy. Do him homage, subject his coronet to his crown, and he made him superior, and subject his coronet and became subordinate, means inferior to his crown, and bent the dukedom yet unbowed, and made Milan subordinate of King Naples. Alas, poor Milan! To most ignoble stooping. Alas, poor Milan was never subordinated before to the other states. It was the first time became subordinate. Miranda, when she hears this, she is very sad and she says, oh, the heavens. Prospero says, mark his condition and the event, then tell me if this might be a brother. So Prospero says, Miranda, please pay attention to the terms of agreement with the king. Can a brother do like this? Miranda says, I should sin to think but nobly of my grandmother, that good wombs have borne bad sons. So she says that I should sin to think, means it would be a sin to think otherwise than honorably of my grandma. It would be a sin to think otherwise of my grandma, but that the good wombs have borne a bad sons, that the good wombs can also give the birth of the bad sons. Then Prospero. Now the condition, the king of Naples being an enemy, to me inveterate. And now, listen now, I will tell you the terms. Let me tell you the terms, the king of Naples. With the king of Naples, that being an enemy to me inveterate, it was confirmed that he was my enemy. Hearkens my brother's suit, which was that he, in lieu of the premises of homage, I know not how much tribute. So he says that hearkens, pay heed. My brother's suit means the king of Naples started paying heed, paying attention to my brother's suit means formal request. Suit. Which was that in lieu of the premises, which was in return of the condition or oath of loyalty. Of homage means of loyalty. And I know not how much tribute means he had to give the subsidy to the king of Naples, annual subsidy. Should presently extirpate me and mine out of the dukedom. And I know not how much tribute it was to be given. Should presently, immediately extirpate me means it was to remove me and my child means you out of the dukedom and confer fair Milan with all the honors on my brother. And he titled fair Milan with all the dignities, with position, to my brother Antonio. Whereon a treacherous army levied, and then a disloyal army was enlisted. One midnight, waited to the purpose, one midnight, destined for this purpose, did Antonio open the gates of Milan. Antonio opened the gates of Milan, and in the dead of darkness and in the dark night, stormy night, the ministers for the purpose hurried thence me and thy crying self. The ministers who were employed to carry out their intentions, they made me and you, threw us, both of us, out of the Milan. So today till here, students. Next meet we will go further. Thank you.